This is our second session of lesson number 5, separation of substances. So without wasting time, please write the aim and the keywords of this session. So in this session, we are going to learn some other methods of separation. So write the aim in your notebook to learn about separation methods for separating solids from liquids. In first session, we have learned some methods that separate solids from solids. And in this session, we are going to learn the methods that separating solids from liquids. Okay, so that is the difference between the previous session and this session. Then write the keywords of this session. First one, sedimentation, decantation, filtration, evaporation, soluble and insoluble. Okay, right? Sedimentation, decantation, filtration, evaporation, soluble and insoluble. So in first session we have learned about mixtures and the 4 traditional methods of separating solids from solids. Which are that methods? Hand picking, threshing, winnowing and sieving. And in this session we are going to learn sedimentation, decantation, filtration and evaporation. Understood? Before we will start our session, first I will explain about soluble and insoluble. Do you know these two terms, that soluble and insoluble? Yes. So soluble means what? If a solid is mixed with water properly, so that is known as soluble substance. For example, take your sugar or salt. After adding sugar or salt in water, both the substances are mixed in water properly. Okay, so that is known as soluble. And opposite to that, insoluble means what? That solid substances are not dissolving in water properly. Understood the difference between soluble and insoluble? Okay, sugar, salt are the examples of soluble, and your sand, stones, that are the examples of insoluble. Understood? Now why I have given the information about soluble and insoluble? Because some solids are soluble in nature and some solids are insoluble in nature. So based on that, there are 3 methods, okay, based on insolubility, and one method is based on solubility. Okay, means if that solid is insoluble, then we are using 3 methods, that is sedimentation, decantation and filtration. But if the substance is soluble in water, then we are using the last method, that is evaporation. Understood? 3 methods we are using for insoluble solid. Insoluble means what? They are not dissolving in water. So which are that process or that method? Sedimentation, decantation and filtration. And if in case of salt or the soluble substances, we are using evaporation method. Understood? Now let's start our methods one by one. So first we will learn about sedimentation. Okay, so before we will start our theory part, we will do one experiment to learn about sedimentation. Okay, so see the setup of this experiment: spatula, then I have taken mud, water, empty beaker and glass rod. So for learning sedimentation, first I will put some mud in beaker or soil. Then I will put water in that beaker. Now you can say that water is in which form? Yes, water is in liquid form and this soil is in solid form. Means here the mixture is of solid and liquid. Now what we have to do? We have to separate solid substances. Now I will mix this solution properly. Okay, and then we will wait for 4 to 5 minutes for getting our result. Still we will go towards our theory part. Okay, we will wait for our result. Still we will complete about theory part of sedimentation. So what we have done? We have taken soil, which is in which form? Which is in solid form. Then we added that soil in water, that is in liquid form. Okay, now we are learning about separation of solids from liquids. Means here we are going to separate soil from the water through the sedimentation process. So here I have written the sediment part. Now what is the sediment? That we will learn through our result. Okay, so come on this result. Without disturbing this beaker, you have to check at the bottom. Okay, carefully see. You can see here when we are adding the soil, that is muddy water. Now the soil is settled down at the bottom. Can you see? Why that soil is settled down? Because this soil is heavier than water. So understood the sedimentation process? Okay. Have you seen that result? Yes. In beaker, okay, at the bottom the soil is settled down. Correct? At the bottom soil is settled down, and that's why at the bottom that part is known as sediment. Okay, and that's why the process name is sedimentation, where we are separating heavy insoluble solids from liquids. Understood the sedimentation process? Okay, sedimentation. Here you have to learn the definition of sediment. Okay, at the bottom the soil is settled down. The soil is known as sediment. And when we are going to use this sedimentation? When the solid is heavy and insoluble, means not dissolving in water. In that case we use sedimentation process. Understood? Now we will go towards decantation process. This decantation process is based on sedimentation. Now whatever the water left upside, we are going to remove that water, and that process is known as decantation. Okay, so let's start that experiment. Okay, now you can see the soil is already settled down at the bottom. So without disturbing sediment, you have to remove the upper water in other beaker like this. Slowly you have to remove the water without disturbing sediment. So here we are using the decantation process, where I am removing the upper side water in other beaker. Okay, so can you see the result? See, the soil is in this beaker. So here we have separate out the solid from this liquid. So this sedimentation and decantation process are based on each other. Understood? Now we will go towards our third method, that is of filtration. Understood sedimentation and decantation? Okay, in decantation what we are doing? We are removing the upper part level of water in other beaker without disturbing sediment. So when we are pouring out liquid without disturbing sediment, sediment means your solid. So that process is known as decantation. Understood? Now the third method is about filtration. Okay, I guess you have heard the word like filter, aquaguard, purite. Okay, so in that things the filtration methods are used. Filtration method is used. So what we are doing? Separate insoluble solid through filter paper. Okay. Now what is the filter paper? That we will see, and that filtration process we will see through experiment. See the setup of filtration process where I have taken muddy water. See filter paper. You can see here porous filter paper. Porous means what? Small holes are there. Okay. Then funnel, tripod stand and conical flask. So before filtration process, you have to take 2 or 3 filter papers, then fold that filter papers like this. Again you have to fold, and then you have to open the filter paper like this. Means here we are making cone of filter paper for filtration process. Now put this filter paper in this funnel. Now I will add this muddy water. Okay, first mix that muddy water properly and then pour here. And carefully and slowly just stir. Okay, don't do it forcefully because maybe the filter paper can tear. So you have to do this properly. Okay, so you can see in a conical flask, see the difference in muddy water, see the color of muddy water, and see this water, see the color. Why? Because of this? Because of this filter paper. Okay, what is the function of that filter paper? Whatever the solid substances or the insoluble solid substances are present in liquid, see in filter paper you can see okay, on that filter paper that solid substances are there and the water is going downside. So here we are separated our solid particles from the liquid through filtration process. So after I will show you the filter paper where we can see the solid particles on that. So now I will open these filter papers. So you can see the small particles of solids on filter paper. Now understood the function of filter paper? Okay. And this process is known as filtration. Understood? Now we will go towards our theory part. Here we have completed separation methods of insoluble solids. Okay, we have learned in sedimentation, in decantation and in filtration, insoluble solids are removed. Okay, we are separating the heavy insoluble solids. Now we will learn another method of separation, that is evaporation. But that is not related to the insoluble. evaporation method we are using only in the case of soluble solid substances. Okay, already we have learned in keywords insoluble and soluble. So soluble means what? The solid is dissolving in water properly. Okay, we cannot separate out that without that evaporation process. So let's start the evaporation process with water and salt, where water is a liquid and salt is a soluble solid. So let's start our experiment. Here I have taken salt and water. Now I will add this salt in this water and then mix that. So you can see here the salt is mixed in water properly, and that's why the salt is known as soluble substance. Okay, see, after mixing, salt is dissolved in water properly. See, can you see the salt in this water? No, because salt is now dissolved. Okay, already I have made this kind of salt solution and I have kept for this, okay, for heating. So you can see here, after heating, see the vapors are coming out. So you can see here the vapors are coming out. See the quantity, that much water I have kept in this beaker. But after heating, you can see the change in the quantity of water as the water is removed by evaporation. Means the water is mixed in gas. Here the liquid means your water is converted into gas. You can see here the water vapors are coming out. Can you see? The water vapors are coming out and you can see the solid inside the beaker through evaporation process. So you can see here the salt is now at the bottom and the evaporation process is going on. Understood the evaporation process where the liquid is converted into gas and we can separate out the solid from liquid. Now we will go towards our theory part. So through experiment, what we have learned in evaporation process, the soluble solid, that is salt, is separated out from liquid. Okay, so here I have written liquid is converted into gas after heating, then that process is known as evaporation. Can you imagine your food without salt? No, we cannot imagine that. Without salt, we cannot eat that food. But do you know from where we get the food or we get the salt? From where we get the salt? By evaporation method, we get the salt from sea water. So that is given in your textbook. So you can see here the square like pits are there. Okay, in that pits sea water is stored. Can you see? Yes, page number 41. You can see here. Okay, means what? The square like structure is there, means that is known as shallow pits. In that in that sea water is stored. Okay, why the sea water? Have you drink that sea water which is very salty in taste? Means what? Many salts are present in sea water and that's why we are storing that sea water in that square part. So after sunlight, correct? Sunlight also giving the heat to that sea water. So with the help of sunlight, heat, that sea water is evaporate. Evaporate means what? Just mixed in air and we get the common salt at the bottom. Then we are sending that common salt for other processes for purification. Understood from where we get the salt? So here we have completed our 4 methods of separation of solids from liquids. Okay. So let's revise all the things. At the start of our session we have learned about soluble and insoluble. Okay. Soluble means the substance can mix in water, and opposite to that insoluble, that cannot mix in water properly. Then we have learned the sedimentation, where the sediment is settled down at the bottom and we can separate out the heavy insoluble solids from liquid. Then we have learned about decantation, where we are pouring out the liquid without disturbing that sediment. Okay, so that process is known as decantation. Then we have learned about filtration, where we have filtered the muddy water through the filter paper. Do you know whatever the juices are there, that are also filtered through the filtration to remove the solid waste or our seeds. Correct? In fruits, seeds are there and that we have to remove. So that we can remove by the filtration process. And last we have learned about evaporation, where liquid is converted into gas after heating. And that principle we are using for getting our common salt. So here we have completed our session, and today's homework is that again you have to write this table in your notebook. Then you have to write a short note on each and every method. Understood?